What's up, Rockstars? Welcome to a really cool video. I'm going to be showing some of the biggest and coolest minis I own. As always, a huge shout out to my patrons and YouTube members. It is through their financial support that this channel is possible. If you appreciate the videos that I make for you guys every single week, and you can give even $1 a month, there's a link in the description below. Thank you so much. Now, with that out of the way, I do want to note that this video is sponsored by FanHome. I have some FanHome over here. I'm going to be showing that to you. I'm going to be showing you the website here real quick, and we're going to be deep diving into some very critically looking at their miniatures to see how good they really are. If you didn't know, FanHome does a lot of really cool, nerdy projects that you can get just like this, where you can build your own R2-D2 unit or your own Iron Man. And I mean, it's like a 2-foot tall thing, super detailed. These are all Street Fighters, which is really cool because it's compared to the Street Fighter miniatures game that I got, as you guys have seen, but these are bigger and better. They're really, really good. Can't wait to show them. Looking on the website real quick, and by the way, there's a link in the description below with a promo code. Go ahead and follow that, put the promo code in, and start getting some really good savings on this, because even just starting out, it's like $2 for your first mini. It's like crazy good deal. But as you can see, they do some amazing work here with the R2-D2 that is like remote controlled and all that kind of stuff, and you get to build it piece by piece. But one of the best things I love about these is that they are so focused. You're going to see it when I unbox it here in just a little bit, but they come not only with these great minis, but they come with some really awesome content. This stuff right here, it's like a magazine, a deep dive into the lore, into the mythos, into the games, into the whatever the subject is that they're doing. FanHome does a great job compiling some information just to make it an enjoyable read. So every time one of these boxes has come in, I've been excited to open them up, see the different minis, and look at all the different magazines, and just kind of deep dive into Street Fighter here. It's been wonderful. It's been really cool. So again, there was a link down in the description below. Let's go ahead and jump into the actual look at the miniatures, and then we'll go from there. Now, before we dive into the minis, I just wanted to show you what a typical box is. This is just one of the mini boxes I've gotten. They've been sitting these for a while now, trying to catch me up on this. And you'll get the magazines. We'll look at these in a little bit here. But, as you can see, they actually send them in batches, which is nice. It means you get a lot of content. This is not just a small amount of stuff here. I mean, this is pages and pages of stuff. And then you get the minis in there. But let's go ahead and look at the first two you'll get, because I think that's like the most important, is these guys right here, Ken and Ryu. So let's go and zoom in. All right, and let's actually look at Ryu first here. As you can see, I have a cat that's long hair and doesn't like to be brushed. The size of this is really impressive. Like, this is a really big mini. This is much bigger than the Jasco board game, for instance. Those minis. This is quite a bit bigger. This is definitely like display. Put it in your cubicle or on your desk at home, or wherever you want on your shelf, kind of size. And the other thing that's really nice is, I think, the painting here. So as you can see, they have like this kind of white, spray on here that really kind of fades well, goes well, and it just overall really sells the depth of this, right? And like, that's a big part there. All the paint on the skin and everything is actually quite smooth, so that's really, really nice. Notice on his cloth here that there is actually some shading, some texture done, right? Make it look a little bit more natural, which I really appreciate as well. The assembly here is really nice. So this is a separate piece they kind of put in there. That looks good. The eyes actually look great. Eyes are really hard to do, Even with these like sticker ones, they did a wonderful job on here. The eyebrows look good. Hair looks good. The mouth being open looks good. They even have the teeth. Those are painted. That's nice. Again, assembly here, very smartly done, very well done. And just a cool, Hadouken action shot here, which is just very, very pleasant. Big, long base, taking up pretty much all of it. There is some overhang. It is like slightly off to the left, as you can see. Again, I appreciate all of this. I think that's great. This lettering here, this like kanji stuff, that looks really crisp. Like, that looks really, really good. Really, really happy with that. Yeah, this sculpting part here looks good. There's a little bit of a mold line here, as you can see, but it looks like they've actually kind of cleaned it up a little bit, or it's just minimal. One or the other. Either way, it's not actually that bad. And it seems to, like with the paint and everything, it just kind of blends in very well. I don't even see it on this side at all. Looks like it's probably right here. I see a little bit of it, but then like I don't see any on this arm. I don't even know where it would be. Okay, yeah. Oh, this looks good too right here. That actually looks really nice. I mean, again, I just really love the action shot of this one. And then we have Ken here. I think this was before he was a dad. And look, well, 1 foot attached here. It is attached. Oh, look at this. Got the name on the bottom there. That's cool. I dig that. That's awesome to see. And the great font there too. Anyway, attached by 1 foot, which is really, really cool. Like I really do dig that. You've probably seen this on display behind me in my videos for some time. I need to zoom out a little bit. These are just too big. I love this red here. That looks great. And there is some shading here as well. So there's kind of this, almost a burgundy kind of, a slightly purplish kind of red going on there. Here is a really, really bright hair. And again, this flame like covering his fist and then going down like this looks awesome. It looks like there's probably some tinting there, perhaps. It looks brighter here. It might just be because there's nothing inside, but it looks a little bit brighter to me here. Almost a little yellowish, right? Where it's a little bit more orange there. I love the flowing of the capes. I love how, you see how it angles in like that? That looks really nice. And again, the assembly I think is done really smart. So I really dig that. Let's see, the toes here, we got toenails and veins and muscle definition and all sorts of stuff here, which is really nice. These orange gloves look cool. I love the wrap here, that it's separate. That's really nice. I'm not noticing like a obvious in-your-face mold line. There is a mold line there, but this is very hard to tell. Now he is brighter skinned, right? Which is also cool. I dig that as well. Again, the eyes turned out great. Eyebrows look good. Mouth looks good here. Yeah, just overall very cool dynamic pose. So that's these two, and again, that's just what you start out with. So let's go ahead and just start looking at a few. Let's look at some magazines too. Why don't we start with this group right here? So let's see, and see they're all numbered here, which is cool. This is number 23, 24, 25, and 26. Again, you get a ton of these, which is just so cool. I really dig that. Okay, so back your figurine collection is what they're calling it. And as you can see, they have a whole bunch of art. They have like in-game stuff. They have little blurbs and just all sorts of the resurrection of the dojo, a fighter who grows in the face of adversity. Did you know the new Karate Kid karate fighters around the Street Fighter, but Makoto's particular traits set her apart from all the rest, right? So you can get all sorts of just really cool information here. Here, look, right here. Date of birth, July 1st. Place of birth, Japan. Height, 1.6 meters. Weight, 50 kilograms. First appearance was in Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, which was 1999. Was Third Strike 1999? My goodness, yeah, I guess so. There she is. And then, look at that. From Street Fighter 3 Third Strike to Street Fighter 4. It's like huge difference there, which is kind of funny. Yeah, this is cool. Skills and techniques. So, oh, okay, look at this. So you get to see like their different abilities here, different in-game screenshots on it. Like they put a lot of effort into this. If you look, oh, look at this. If you love any of the IPs that they have, whether it's Marvel, Street Fighter, Star Wars, like Universal stuff, and they have like a Fast and Furious thing, you owe yourself this. Like this is really, really cool. Or if you know somebody who does, this would be a great gift for somebody. I mean, it's just really cool that you get all this. Really, really cool. Street Fighter 5 Season 2 talks about what's going on in there. 30th anniversary arcade mode. So it's not just the character, it's just Street Fighter as a whole. Capcom goes portable games for the Game Boy. That's fun. Yeah, this is just a Capcom kind of Darkwing Duck, DuckTales, woo, right? You get all that. Gargoyle Quest. Here's Street Fighter 2 for the Game Boy, the smallest Street Fighter 2. And then the Family Grows Capcom for Game Boy Color and Advance. We had Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Revival for the Game Boy Advance. Very cool. I mean, this is just really, really nice. And then again, then they have it for Cody. I'm not gonna go through all of them. Ibuki here. I mean, it's really cool that they have all this. It really, really is. You get a poster in each one. You get different moves and different stuff like that. Really cool to see. All right, let's look at some minis. Let's go in and start out with her, actually. So this is kind of the casing you get them in. So it's sealed here, so you can keep them sealed if you want. But we're going to open her up, actually. Let's go ahead and do that. I wasn't expecting it to be sealed. One moment. We'll do that. We'll get in there. All right. Let's take a look. Again, very dynamic by the looks of it. This isn't excessively spun. I appreciate that. Alright, so on the bottom, again, you have that. And yeah, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Again, I think assembly is good. The eyes are really impressive. They're really good. Let me zoom in. And then we're kind of back down here. Again, really impressed with the eyes. The inside of the mouth is a different color than theirs, or at least the tongue is. It's like a lighter pink. Looks like there is a little bit of a casting mark there, perhaps. Really love the patches. That's an important part. These ribbons look good, and they're very like these are very bendy, but they look good here. There's a little notch there. You could probably trim off. Very bright colors. I dig that. The hand, all the fingers look great. A little bit of a mold line here. I think it's smartly done where it's at by the looks of it. It just kind of blends into some of the wrinkles and stuff like that. There's another one there. Really great coloration. I dig that. I'm not seeing any like color bleed on anything. Like these are all separate pieces. They're very multi-piece. So this is a different piece in this, and they were obviously painted, I'm sure, differently. Love the thickness here. It looks really good there. Love the in part of the sleeve. Looks very natural. And then this hides the seam with the head and stuff, so that looks good too. The hair is kind of flowing up and stuff. That's really nice to see. And again, you can kind of see the scale of these. I mean, they're huge, guys. They're really, really big. All right, let's look at Ibuki here. I'm gonna open her up too. I'm not gonna open, I think, the other two. I'm not gonna open all of them. We're just gonna take a look at a few that kind of stand out to me. I'm gonna look at some others here. I got a lot to pick from. But, you know, the diminishing returns and what you're gonna see. And really, I think you guys probably wanna experience this on your own. And so if you're gonna get it, I don't wanna like spoil everything for you too. But we need a good sense of just the quality of these. And I must say, I'm really digging, I'm making a mess already. I'm really digging the just how dynamic these sculpts are. She is like all the way to the end of the base, but then her arms are completely wrapped, but it's not filled because they are separate pieces, because separate piece, separate piece, separate piece, separate piece. All of this is separate. It's assembled very, very well. Like really, really well done. So I really appreciate that. And it fits perfectly. So they look like separate arms because they are separate arms. And that's really nice. But they're painted separately too. So there's paint in there. They didn't have to like get it all messed up or anything like that. This is separate. This is separate. I mean, it's just so much of it is. Looks like there's a little bit of a mark here. I don't know if that's a flake I can flake off. Almost seems like it can. Yeah, maybe. It looks like another little dot here. So a few specks every so often. There's a little bit of a line here where that is. But I mean, this is really, for pre-painted, I mean, I am very happy with this. This looks really, really cool. And again, I really dig, like, again, the fingers came out great, which is very important when you're doing things with your fingers like this. You know, having a hand, very nice to see. It just really is. It's really nice. And again, it just looks good. It matches the rest well. It just fits. All right, let's look at some cool ones here. Let's see, what do we got here? Okay, here we go. We got Sakura here. Why not? Why not? We'll take a look at her. I think I have a one of those like special edition Cami ones. So we'll try and look at that one too, of course. All right, and they all seem to be tied in like this, so they're kind of nice and secure. They're not rubbing around everywhere, so that's nice. I didn't realize how skinny she is compared to everybody. Again, I'm really digging these eyes. They look great. That whole face looks good. Like that looks really, really nice. I really like that. Love that you can see the undershirt here. And again, that's like flowing up and it just looks billowy, right? Like it's billowing here and down here. And then of course the skirt as well. That's really nice. This looks great. A very common thing here, but this flowing up is good. They did paint underneath there, which is nice to see that it's not forgotten. Very, very thorough. These laces, are these like hand painted on? It almost looks like they are. That's really nice to see. This line here, nice and straight line on the shoe. These shoes look wonderful. They look really good. Fist looks like it got a little bit more red here, so I think this was too much red, right? That should be her fingers. That's probably the biggest mistake I've seen. Because everything else is looking really good. Yeah, just a little bit too much on there. Not that you can see it from this distance, but that is unfortunate. Of course, it's one of, I mean, I don't even know how many here, but very solid. I haven't talked about the plastic at all, but it's like real, I mean, because this is skinny, right? And it's a little bendy, which is good. It means you can drop them, you can smack them, they're not going to break. And then again, these very bendy as well, but firm too, which is nice. Like this arm isn't going anywhere, which is really, really nice to see. All right, let's see what else we got here. Oh, of course, guys, we gotta EHonda. Oh man, see, there's so many cool ones. All right, let's look at EHonda real quick. And then we also have T-Hawk. And T-Hawk is like in this really cool pose. So we'll have to see that next. I'm excited to see that one. All right, let's take a look here. What do you got? He's so big. They just wrapped it like once. All right. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, love his face. Love how, like, look how big his head is. A very classic pose. Hunched over. Looks like they actually, oh man, they even got a little bit of paint right there on the base. But it looks like, I bet that'll scrape right off if I pick at it, actually. So I'll do that maybe later. Just clean up a little bit. Oh, speaking of the bases, I mean, they're nice and firm. There's a little bit of a pore spot here, but you can tell, I don't know if it's painted or what, but either way, like it's really smooth, which is nice. There's no like mold line across or anything like that. These stripes look great. There's a little bit of white showing through the blue, but overall, and again, for pre-painted, this is really, really nice. He does have like painted on nipples, which is hilarious. The assembly here, while a little bit noticeable, matches the muscles exactly how it should. And when it's like skin like that, like all these people are wearing clothes, right? And so it's really easy to put assembly where it makes sense, right? Like here, right? At the seam, but he has none here. So they did what they could. Love the open face palm there. That's really nice to see. And it's very appropriate. Oh, the head too is actually assembled. Eyes look great. I'm really impressed with the face. Again, they did paint under there as well, which is good because with this pose, you're probably going to see it anyway, and everybody's going to look. Of course, they're going to look. Okay, so like just to compare the head, like you see the difference of how big of a head he has. Like he's, oh, geez, that was loud. He's heavy, like just right in the face. Okay, again, love how big he is. This dude's huge. The assembly here is very nice. I love this. Love how the size of this is really nice. The coloration's really good, by the way. The skin tones all seem natural, but there's a variety of skin tones. Like he's darker, right? They just didn't reuse that. And then of course she's lighter than that. And then of course Kin's even I mean, a lot of skin tones here, which is nice. These pants look good. The belt on here looks really nice. Again, a little bit of a blur there. Pretty much what you would expect from pre-painted. Well, okay, actually better than I would expect. This is all recessed in here because this is a separate piece. very much appreciate that. Again, somebody here looks great and goes right into there, which is nice. The like painting on the face looks wonderful. The color of the hair looks great. This band here looks really nice. Very cool. And again, I mean, he is just towering above these people. I love that he's going up like this. Like, that looks really, really nice. It almost would have been nice to be able to hold it like that, but that is such a tiptoe thing that I'm actually glad they put the extra support there. And when you're looking for far away, you're not going to notice that anyway. How could I not show off Dan? Look at Dan. He's so funny. He's hilarious. All right, let's look at the Cami, and then I think we're probably good. So here is the special Cami. As you can see, it even says special right there, so you know, which is nice to see. So again, they're all numbered and everything like that. Let's go ahead and open them up. Take a look at the special, and then I think we'll be good. This is, again, it's Cami, but it's a special version of her. Actually, I wonder if she came with a magazine. Maybe we'll look at that. See if the magazine talks about that. That'd be neat. I bet it does. So this one just says Cami on the bottom. And again, very unique pose. She's doing like this whole salute thing here. Again, the eyes look great. These are not as long. At least this version isn't compared to, shoot, where'd she go? She's somewhere here. She's one of these. Yeah, compared to this, right? Right, so obviously longer there. Love the red and the blue. Love the little tie. I always thought the tie was kind of funny. We got the different like lightning bolts and stuff on her leg. Looks like this is open back here. It almost, I don't think it's a different color. It almost looked like a different color. Almost did. Again, nice bendy parts there, so super not going to break or anything like that. All right, guys. Well, with this special edition of Cami, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. So I'll catch you over back at the table after I clean all of this up. All right, guys. So what do you think? Were you as impressed as I was? My first reaction when I got these were just, I was so impressed with how big they were. Not only did they have the special effects and all that kind of fancy stuff, but the size of the statues that you're getting here for the IP, making it all legally, they normally cost an arm and a leg. And so it's really nice to kind of get this and know that you can complete a whole set, that you don't have to go hunting for them or do anything like that, and know that they're all in a consistent style and all that kind of stuff. It's been really nice. And again, those magazines are awesome. It comes with like a poster at the beginning and all this other kind of fun stuff. So it's been really good. So again, there is a link in the description below. Go ahead and show them some love. Again, use that promo code. Of course, we got to get that savings. And yeah, without out of the way, let's go ahead and move on to the next video. I'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Bye, guys.